Hey guys, just jumping in really quick here. I am so sorry. My mic didn't record for the first couple minutes. I do notice about like 5 to 7 minutes in, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that the audio quality for the first couple minutes is garbage, and I can put a timestamp in to jump to the point of audio return, but it's only about the first 5 minutes. Anyway, yeah, if it's not one thing, it's another, right? Hello everyone, and welcome back to DeInfluenced. I'm Sasha, and my goal here is to get you guys to think critically about where you're currently spending your social media currency by digging deep into influencer culture, calling them out, and holding them accountable for their crappy behaviors. Today, I have a little bit of a dip the toes dive, an intro to a new mommy vlogger who you guys have requested over and over again. We are talking about Nika Diwa. Have you heard of her? And I will preface this by saying, don't worry, there's a deep dive coming, guys. But I wanted to get out this little dip the toes dive before I managed to get the deep dive together, because again, those take a lot more time, period. But I wanted to be able to get a little bit of an introduction out to you guys, because what she's doing is just, it's super gross and super cringy. So we're gonna talk about it. Let's go, guys. All right, first, before we get started, a little disclaimer. This entire video is my own opinion based on what I've been able to dig up on the good old internet. Do not go touch the poo. The best way to get these people to go away is to ghost them. So we don't reach out, we don't send any hate their way, please and thank you. And to any influencer tuning into their video or their stands, there is a big difference between holding people accountable for their crappy behaviors and bullying online. Finally, please don't forget to like and subscribe before you head out. It really helps boost the channel into the algorithm, and I really appreciate it at the end of the day. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. So as with any other dip the toes dive, we are going to pop over and take a look at their socials, see what kind of vibes we get, what they're up to. Over on TikTok, she has 3.2 million followers and 260 million likes. That is a lot of followers, a lot of likes. And if we look at her 3 pinned videos, walked in on my husband's nail appointment with our toddler, 44 million views. A man's job after she gives birth, 25.8 million views. And is that your kid, or you borrow the neighbor's kid for the video? We're gonna go ahead and watch their 3 pinned videos, because I think it's really important to get a vibe of what they put out there. So the first one, husband's nail salon appointment. Let's see.
What's your inspiration?
Oh my god!
How was your day today?
Oh my goodness, it was hectic. Yeah, I lost a nail.
Is this your mommy?
Well, sorta. I call her mommy.
Oh no.
I'd never be one to question the quality of your work.
Because you're not being careful.
Would you?
Because you're not being careful. So that's
Okay.
not my fault.
Are we gonna get this one fixed? Yes or no?
That would be extra. You have to take care of yourself.
Oh girl, I'm trying.
Just do your best. That's how it matters.
Okay, so not gonna lie, that was funny, because kids are funny, right? She's so sassy. But like, I'm hard pressed to believe that that wasn't scripted, that they're not telling her what to do, especially because of the cuts and where the cuts were. It was like, cut, kid says a scene, cut, kid says, or says a line. But that was kind of funny. You gotta admit. Okay, so the second one, a man's job after she's given birth. So first of all, a man's job. Okay, I got it. She's yelling at me, being sassy. Okay, guys, I don't know. How do you feel about that? Because like, I was able to put on my own underwear myself. I didn't have a C-section. I don't think she had a C-section either. So I understand that being a little bit different, a little harder to bend and stuff. I don't know. That just feels like I get it, and that's sweet, but at the same time, like, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel weird about that is how I feel about that. And then finally, here's the last one, which I covered in the deep dive, and I'm just going to insert it here.
This is a really good question. When the pandemic first started, my neighbor started this business called Borrow My Black Baby, and I thought, perfect, because I, really felt like it was time to start my career on TikTok as a TikTok mom, but I didn't have a black baby, and I know that's really trending. So I asked my husband, will you make a black baby with me? And he said, I don't see the value in that. I said, it's good for views. He said, I don't care. And so, until I can convince him that this is an asset to our future, yes, I will be continuing to borrow my neighbor's black baby. Yes.
I don't know if she realizes that she said the quiet part out loud, that essentially the only reason she had children, and specifically biracial children, was because it was super trending on TikTok right now. Do not make comments like that. It's 2024. Biracial families exist. It's a thing. So stop making dumb comments like that, people. And I know that person was probably just a troll, whatever. If it was even a troll, it might have been her husband saying it because, engagement, right? I don't know why my mic keeps disconnecting, but it did. But to sit there and be like, yeah, I stole my neighbor's baby because it's super trending on TikTok, that's what gets me. And what she doesn't realize is that you're literally saying the reason you had kids was because it was trending on the internet. And that's so incredibly gross to me. I don't know. I just, it gives me uncomfort vibes.
Is that my lipstick?
Yeah.
Where did you find it? Let me see. Okay, first of all, Zion Rose. It looks fabulous.
I don't understand. Why would you pretend like you're about to be mad at her? And why would you have the tone of voice that you're upset and angry when you're not? Like, that's so confusing for kids, especially with unpredictable parents or parents who keep changing the rules, which she does keep flip-flopping back and forth on. Finish your plate. No, it's okay if you leave food. Listen to your body and stuff like that, making it hard to guess. But why would you pretend like you're about to be mad and explode at her and then be like, first of all, it looks gorgeous. Like, I don't understand that dynamic. And I understand I will not get angry at her or breaking generational trauma and stuff like that. But that feels so incredibly disingenuous because it's like, first of all, why are you filming it? Why are you filming this? And that makes me think that it's staged and scripted, because that white bedspread would have lipstick all over it if this wasn't staged. If she walked in and her daughter took the lipstick off her vanity, there's just no way that bed would still be clean. I know, I have a toddler who steals my lipstick all the freaking time, guys. He loves taking my makeup. It's probably because I do my makeup like with him all the time. He's constantly taking my makeup and my lipstick, and he knows how to unscrew caps now. So that's good. So yes, I know that it would not just be on her lips. It would be all over her hands, all over her face, likely up to her ears. And that's the problem that I've seen, like the overwhelming problem with Nika, is the fact that her entire brand seems to be this strive to be this like relatable mom, this genuine relatable person, and it's all super disingenuous and fake. All of it. It's scripted and crafted or stolen, because allegedly she does steal content and viral moments from people in attempts to go viral herself. So, I don't know, gives icky vibes. That's it. That's essentially what's going on TikTok. It's couple stuff, it's kids. They obviously have some Halloween content because it's Halloween. This is another one that I saw, and again, like, I understand making a joke about this and it being a joke, but at the same time, why are we allowing our toddlers to dictate the day? And yet you preach on your platform boundaries and boundaries and boundaries, and you let your toddler waltz into the bathroom while you're in the shower and say, go get me a snack. And you're like, okay, that's reasonable. How about you teach patience instead and be like, okay, give mommy 5 minutes. and I'll be out and I'll get you a snack for sure. And again, I know this is a joke and it's meant to be seen as a joke, as satirical, but for someone who spews this parenting advice and stuff, I don't know, it's just a weird dynamic to me. See, and then again, this one has 1 million views and it says, our generation was taught not to leave the table until all our food was finished. I'm teaching my daughter she can trust her hunger cues and she's done when she feels she's done. Whereas in the summer, she was saying, well, here's the comment, but this summer you made a post saying your kids never finish their food, so you took them to an orphanage so they'd be more grateful. So it's like jumping on this trend because you think it's the thing to do and then backtracking on it and then basically saying whatever you think the internet wants you to say. And that is so disingenuous because it's like, who is this person really? What does she actually believe? And then to come out with a snarky response.
You were absolutely right about that. I was wrong. I used to think that that was the goal, to like teach your kids to finish everything on their plate because I was taught that, but I'm now putting more emphasis on her listening to her own body cues. Let you in on a little secret. Parents don't really actually know what the heck we're doing. We're just making it up as we go along. We really love our kids. We do our best. When we find out better, we do better.
Yeah, but you're also a parenting influencer on social media. You're telling me that you never came across anything that says, hey, don't force your kids to finish their plate, because that's been a thing for quite some time now. And using the whole, I was taught this way and now I'm raising my kids this way. Like, sure, to a certain extent you can use that, but when you are chronically online and your content is parenting relatability, I'm hard pressed to believe that you never came across something saying that forcing your kids to finish their plate was not developing a good relationship with food. Do you know what I mean? So over here on Instagram, she has 1.2 million followers. And it's a lot of the same stuff. Cross-posted, costume stuff when your kids get in, yeah. POV, you are hesitant to have a third baby because you're worried the middle child won't get as much attention. But I thought you decided that she was your last baby and you were having a hard time dealing with it. So which is it? Are you done having kids or are you contemplating a third? Do you see how she's constantly flip-flopping and going back and forth? And to me, that just makes you seem super disingenuous and gross, in my honest opinion. So that is her socials and what's going on now. I forgot to include their YouTube here. They aren't super active with long form content, but they do a lot of shorts and they post shorts to YouTube. I found this one interesting because she reposted it, the ridiculous comment from someone, but she blurred her baby's face. But if you go down to the next line, her kids are right there unblurred. So I don't know why she would randomly blur her baby's face. Anyway, they have 2.2 mil on YouTube and 1.1k videos. That's a lot of videos. And then we're about to react to the 45 question Q&A, which, spoiler alert, is obviously terrible. If we take a look at their stats here, in the last month, they're down 25% in views, and they're actually losing subscribers compared to their previous period. Sorry, they're not gaining as much subscribers. And they have less videos published. Anyway, that's just a quick look at their YouTube. I did forget to insert it, and yeah, that's it. My cats are freaking out in the background. I downloaded their Q&A and I want to take a look with you guys. I haven't watched it yet. I think it's a really good way to peek into someone's relationship dynamic.
Hey Nika! So happy you're up and ready for 45 questions on this lovely morning.
Only for you. Come on.
Oh man, what time did you guys get up this morning?
The babies basically decide what time I get up, so too friggin' early.
Speaking of the girls, where are they?
Oh my gosh, they're good. Zizi,
Unattended
say hi.
in a bumbo on the counter. Oh my God. What are you doing? Why do you have your baby on the counter? It literally says never to put a baby on a raised surface in one of those things. Do you know how many children have pushed their feet down and fallen backwards off a counter and either gotten severely concussed, fallen into a coma with brain damage, or died from it? Like, are you... And tell me you hate your kids without telling me you hate your kids. What time did you get up this morning? Oh, you know, the kids wake me up so too early. Like...
Watching right now.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Cool.
You don't know what your kid's
have we missed
watching?
So far in your
Okay.
family's morning routine?
Well, we got the girls dressed, we had our vitamins, and now I'm fixing up her hair.
Okay, Mix.
Hey there.
Actually, speaking of, do you only have close friends that call you Mix?
Yeah, only my close friends, but I don't really have that many friends.
So, who is usually in charge of making the breakfast?
I'm the breakfast guy.
What's on the menu for today?
Good old-fashioned eggs. I'm gonna keep it simple.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. I'm gonna have to get a bite of that later.
Okay, is anyone else getting super weird vibes from this guy? Like, I'm getting really, I don't want to do this, I don't want to be here vibes. This is not the vibe that I was expecting from him, because what I've seen of him, very little of what I've seen of him, has been like this like goofy, lighthearted guy, except for when he's like, you know, disciplining the children. But I'm getting really weird vibes from his persona. And like, do you see how he's like pushing his lips together? Like, whatever that's called. Is it a type of blocking, mouth blocking or something like that? Like he's holding back what he wants to say, what he's trying to say. He's trying to hold something in. That, I don't know, this whole interaction is super weird. Like, yeah, I'm the breakfast guy. I'm just making breakfast. I'm making some eggs. And it's just like, I don't know, it's really short and awkward.
Later. So, tell me, Nika, how did you guys meet?
We met on OkCupid.
And like, she's just got this big performative smile on, and he's not about it. Like, that's, okay, so they met on OkCupid. Cool, fun.
Really old dating app. I don't know if it's a thing anymore.
Yes, an online dating success story. I love it. So, how long have you guys been married?
Me, online dating success story. We met on Tinder, though, funny enough. Which is funny, but we're a Tinder success story. 10 years going strong.
Married for?
About 6 years.
Actually, that'd be 8 years.
Oh crap. You're right, 8 years. That's wild. 8 years.
That's super wild and a really long time. Nika and Mecca, what would you say has been your biggest lesson so far in marriage?
I'm still learning it, but forgive quickly.
Biggest lesson is
Yikes. I'm still learning it, but forgive quickly. If you are fighting with your spouse so often that your biggest lesson is to forgive quickly, I think something might be a little off. Just saying.
your marriage has to have a higher purpose.
It's a good one.
Nika, where is the most favorite?
Your marriage has to have a higher purpose than love and being married. Okay.
Place you visited together?
Elaborate.
Zambales, which is a beach in the Philippines.
Didn't you guys used to live in the Philippines?
We lived there for like 4 years.
How'd you end up there?
We really wanted to get into the advocacy of partnering with safe houses who rescue women and children from sex trafficking.
That's incredible. So, Mecca, what did you think of the Philippines?
Yeah, okay. That was a big line for someone who's not doing that. That's incredible. Look at you. Yeah, I know. I'm so good.
Philippines is the most beautiful place in the world, easily.
What about the food?
Food's extraordinary. Simplicity and elegance at its best.
Hey, you want to come wash some bottles with me?
Sure. So, how's it being a mom of two?
Okay, it's the hardest thing I've ever done, but it's also the best thing I've ever done.
Was it harder to go from 0 to 1 or 1 to 2 kids?
Oh my God, 0 to 1, definitely.
Why was that?
Because it was my first time. I had no idea what I was doing. I was in a pandemic in a third world country and had no family. So there you go.
Touche. That would make it harder than going to 2. But no, I think 1 to 2 was definitely rougher than 0 to 1, because usually you're like, oh yeah, this is what I want. I don't know. They're both, everything's hard. It's all hard.
So, what would be your biggest piece of advice to new moms out there?
I would say put yourself first, right? Love yourself first, because
I'm pretty sure when you're a mom, you're supposed to put your kids first. Just saying. However, the fact that moms completely neglect themselves and put everyone above themselves all the time, that's where the disconnect is. Do you see how she's kind of trying to be like this relatable person and say the thing while simultaneously messing up the thing and being totally unrelatable? I don't know. I find it silly. The whole thing's just silly. Such a weird dynamic. Okay.
You cannot pour out of an empty cup.
I love it. Are you thinking of having baby number 3?
Hell no.
See? Okay. When was this filmed and posted? Are you thinking about having baby number 3? Hell no. 4 months ago. And a week ago. You're hesitant about having a third baby because you're worried a middle child won't get as much attention. So, again, which is it? Which is it? Are you not having another kid? Hell no, absolutely not. Like it's been stated elsewhere, oh, the feels when you... Or are you contemplating it? I don't get it. And it's so frustrating to catch someone constantly in their lives and have people blindly supporting them. And I'm sorry the top of their head is cut off in this video. Maybe I'll just... No, we're just going to commit. They have no top of their head. I'm sorry. I'm not restarting it. I don't want to deal with lining it all up. I want to get this video out to you guys with as little frustration as possible.
Like that. So how many bottles do you think you've washed in the past 3 years?
Too many.
Breast milk or formula?
Formula? All the way.
Can I ask why?
Hi, Zuri. Well, breast milk, breastfeeding did a really big number on my hormones and eventually my mental health. Made me super depressed, so I figured fed is best. Let's go over here.
I respect that. Hi, Zuri. So, Nika, what does the girls' names mean?
That's not what I heard. I heard she did it for vapid appearance purposes, not for fed is best. But, okay.
Zion Rose Otutuchuku, which is Nigerian, means God's beautiful dwelling place of praise. Zuri Marie Ijoma right here means my child whom I prayed for. Made a safe journey to me.
That's beautiful. Were there any names you loved but ended up not going with?
Zizi's name was actually almost pepper, like salt and pepper.
All right, ladies.
Eggs!
Breakfast is served.
Yum. Ameka, how did you learn to cook so well?
Cooking came from 30 plus years in
Mecca.
the restaurant industry at the highest level.
Wow. What's your favorite thing to cook for your family?
Favorite thing is breakfast because we get to spend a lot of time together.
I love it. You making that for me or what?
Well, today your family, so
That's
eggs are
right.
on the menu for you too.
So Neeks and Ameka, on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you at this moment? 1, 2, 3.
9.
100.
You got you. So Ameka, what's
Okay, so he's a little bit loosened up now, which makes me think that there was a fight right before she got here and he was like still trying to come down from it, and that's why he was in the bedroom, because he had to walk away, and then he came out because she's here, and obviously he can't be in the bedroom for too long because like that's super awkward, especially if she's coming to interview both of them. Then yeah. Ooh, yikes.
the most interesting thing that you've learned recently?
Well, with the two clowns vying for the presidency, I've learned that politics is a deadly art.
Well, speaking of deadly, what was the worst injury you ever had?
Worst injury? Good question. I've been stabbed to death, believe it or not.
Wait,
Are you sure you've been stabbed to death? Okay. I think she's gonna follow up. Wait.
you got stabbed?
Yeah, I got stabbed on Christmas, which teaches us that criminals don't take Christmas off. But I'll tell you all about that soon. On the next
time.
Yeah.
What the actual flying F? I got stabbed to death. Sir, do you know what stabbed to death means? It means you got stabbed and you died. You are very much alive answering these questions right now. And look at Nika's face. Like, what is going on? What a weird.
Well, that is crazy. So, what has been your biggest lesson in life so far?
My biggest lesson in life is you have to love strong and you have to have purpose.
Okay, all right. Hey, so sorry to cut this, but we gotta go to school.
So, Nick, as a father of 2 beautiful girls, what advice would you give fellow dads out there?
Fellow dads, time is far more valuable than money.
So, Nika and Max, what was the biggest learning curve in your marriage since you became parents?
Oh, gosh, I would say don't forget to prioritize each other. It's so easy for the kids to take up all your time, but can't forget, date night matters.
Ameka?
Biggest learning curve is you got to forgive quickly, and you have to stay curious about one another.
Was it true that you almost got divorced, Nika? Oh my gosh, we almost got divorced multiple times. First year of marriage and then postpartum after this one. It was really tough. How did you bounce back from that? Honestly, realizing that life is so much bigger than just us. We want to create a family that is stable for our girls. That's incredible. So, who is most like you, Zizi or is there?
So staying in a tumultuous, almost divorced, didn't divorce, almost divorced, didn't divorce relationship is stability in your eyes? Mm-mm.
Definitely, this one is most like me, and this one is in a league of her own. How would you describe both of their personalities? Oh my gosh, that's a good question. I would say that Zizi is sassy, Zuri is strong. What's your current favorite activity to do with the girls? I honestly just love being at home, like sitting on the couch, watching movies. Just a lazy day is my perfect day.
But you're offended that people call you a lazy mom for taking your toddlers to daycare? Oh. Oh. Oops.
Becca, what's your favorite song to jam out to in the car?
Oh, my favorite song out to in the car is
This is
Utterly
weird.
Irrelevant. We do Wheels on the Bus exclusively.
Hey guys, we gotta go. I'm so sorry we're late to school, but thank you. No worries. Last question. What are you most grateful for? Oh, easy, family.
Most grateful for my girls. That's it.
All right, guys. Thanks for answering 45 questions. Zizi and Zuri, have a fun day at school. Thank you. Ready? The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The horn on the
What?
bus goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 all through the town.
What was that? What did we just watch? That was the dumbest, most pointless Q&A I've ever seen. And like, why would you set up a Q&A to be like a rapid speed fire round because you don't have any time? That was garbage. That was a terrible Q&A and really awkward and kind of pretty telling about their relationship, if you ask me. Like, that was Akko Taco. That was the definition of Akko Taco. What the heck? So suffice it to say, there is a ton with these two. So at the end of the day, in my opinion, Nika is an attention seeker and constantly wants to be the center of attention, and them exploiting their children and every vulnerable teaching moment, every tantrum and stuff like that. It's not okay. It's really gross and really cringy. And the relationship dynamic with them, I don't know, it really sketches me out. Oh, you know, we almost got divorced, but didn't, but stability, but didn't, but divorce. Like, oh, we almost got divorced multiple times. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. It's a really weird thing to try and flex, that you've almost been divorced multiple times but stayed together. And to me, that doesn't seem like a healthy relationship or stable for your daughters or family. And I really am offended by that Q&A because that was terrible. I feel dumber now that I've watched it. But that's all I have for you guys for this little dip the toes dive. Like I said, there's a deep dive coming. It's filmed. I just have to get all the receipts together. If you guys have anything that, what am I looking for? If you have any of his charge records, send them my way, or anything that is directly stolen and you have proof that Nika stole the content, or like direct lies and the contradictions, some proof of she said this and then went back on it. Those are the three things that I really need as like receipt wise for the deep dive. Other than that, it should be out within the next couple weeks. And yeah, this is weird. These people are weird, and I know we're all weird. Let's be realistic here. Everybody's weird, but the level, the lack of shame and humility and dignity that we see in the content that Nika posts is astonishing. Like, I'm floored at some of the stuff that I've seen her post, and I don't know. I understand wanting to get rid of stigmas and wanting to seem relatable and all this stuff, but when you're trying to do everything and be relatable to everyone, you end up being relatable to no one because you just look like a disingenuous person. And if people would just be themselves on social media, they would realize that you will build a following that way. You will build your crew, and it will be sustainable and long term. Does it take time? Yeah. Does it take effort? Of course. Time and effort, though, over going viral, and that's what people need to focus on, and being genuine. This whole fake persona stuff, but saying that it's real and raw and you is where I have a problem with it. If you were open and honest about everything being scripted and it's all skits and it's all this, that. The other thing, fine. But she's not. She tries to say, like, this is how I am and I'm such a good person and I'm such this and I'm this and I'm this and relatable and all this stuff. But it's all scripted and fake. And that's where I think a lot of the discomfort comes, because this person is saying, I'm doing this, but it's not genuine. That's not actually what's going on. And then you look at the relationship dynamic, even just that Q&A and the way they were talking to each other and the answers and stuff, it's just, and how quiet it was in the house. And like, I don't know, there was just something really off about the vibes, in my opinion. And like a lot of you guys, I don't know what was off about the vibes. I can't tell. I think it's a mix of everything that we talked about. The disingenuine actions, the relatable but definitely not relatable, the clout goblin behavior, like constantly seeking fame, attention, and being the center of attention. Very narcissistic. Like, it's just, there's a lot of layers, I feel. And because people don't know who the real Nika is, that's where the disconnect is, because she's constantly saying the thing that she thinks people want to hear, or saying the thing that's going viral right now, or that's big and popular in the news right now, versus actually genuinely believing what she's preaching. And that's a dangerous game to play, if you ask me. That's all I got for you. This is going to be a bit of a shorter video. It's just a dip the toes dive. Like I said, I have a deep dive coming where we go into a lot more stuff with the exploitation of the girls, with the relationship dynamics and the clout seeking behavior. We go in depth, but I didn't have a chance during that to watch that Q&A, which is something I wanted to do. And I like the dip the toes dives because it gives you guys an intro into the family and what they put forth as the front of this is what we show on social media. And then we're able to discuss what we're seeing and the behaviors we're seeing or the vibes we're getting. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please do not forget to like and subscribe before leaving. It helps boost these into the algorithm, and don't forget to hit the bell so that you are here when the deep dive goes live in the next week or two. I hope you are having an absolutely fantastic, amazing, wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye guys.